You may be thinking, what does this random guy sat in a car from the UK who's just eaten a Cadbury's cream egg know about crypto? And I know from being in crypto quite a few years that you have to, well, the main rule is adapting to what the market requires. The market at the moment does not require you to double down on really low cap coins or to just sit there hoping that altcoin season is going to come or whatever. Because bad news, it isn't. I don't know how many times I can say it, how much evidence, how much data you want, but it's pretty obvious, right? Pretty obvious. So, people in the comments, people who are still in crypto, who aren't doing that, are looking towards the other way. And the other way is BTC, accumulating as much Bitcoin whilst it is, under half of what it was a good, not even 6 months ago, to be honest with you. All-time high 126k-ish, depending on what exchange or what you look at. And for them, for people that still want to DCA into their crypto, they're just buying Bitcoin because they believe in it long term. They've seen that it is the number one asset in crypto, proven, time tested, year after year, bull run after bull run. And reaching that all-time high of 126k, I remember when it was just under 20k. And, proof's in the pudding there. However, why not consider this? For someone that buys BTC and wants to actually use their asset to pay themselves or to accumulate more BTC, that will get you a lot more than doing nothing. So just like if you buy a house, you buy a property, you're not living in it, but you're buying it for your portfolio or whatever. What you want to do is rent it out, right? Because although, the price of it will appreciate over a number of years, it's not really going to generate any income, additional cash, should we say, if it's not being rented out, if it's not being used. And it's the same in theory with Bitcoin. You're buying it as a store of value, right? And let's just say you're DCing into it. It's not really making you any more money. All right, in the long term, you've got an asset that's appreciating. And if that's what you're doing for long term, I would say personally, it's a good idea. It goes up or has gone up traditionally 60% each year. It's a good idea. But it's not really doing any kind of income generating activities. And to acquire more of it requires you to buy more of it. That Bitcoin sat there in a cold wallet isn't making more of itself. It's not replicating. It's not earning any income. It requires you to buy more, basically. So what can you do? And then people will dismiss this idea because they use the traditional way of banking, which is take a loan against it, right? If you were to take a LTV loan around 30-40% on BTC, so let's just say you dollar cost averaging into it, you get up to 10k from dollar cost averaging, you take 3-4k loan, you can then use that 3 or 4k in USDC to enter some pools and then earn whatever, pools, that's a separate subject, not on this video, but then if you're earning around 10% a month in the pools, you're already earning an extra $300 to $400 a month, right? That, guess what? Once you get it, you can spend it, but you can easily just get that income, swap it to BTC, there's more BTC, right? And then again, you can build up some more BTC and then take a loan off that, or you can just keep topping it up. And the idea is that with the rates you can get on lending BTC, around 3 to 4%, if you think over a year, 10k, that's roughly $300 to $400. It ain't much. And again, let's just say you're taking that 3 to 4% over an appreciating asset. So that BTC, you just got $10k out of it, right? like, sorry, you've got $3,000 to $4,000 out of it that you owe back, right? 3% off that ain't much. It's like half of what I just said then. It's like $150, $200 per year, if that. And what you're doing is accumulating more BTC through the pools, and you're earning income on the BTC, right? And again, like I said, it's appreciating in value on average 60% a year. So even if, let's just say at the minimum, you took 10k out from your BTC, if you've got obviously more than that, like 50, 60k or whatever, the value of that BTC 5 years on is going to be higher than that 3-4% interest that you owe per year. Just the way BTC goes up. You know, you look from one bull run to the next, it doubles in price. And if you look where BTC was 10 years ago, where is it going to be in 10 years? If you are in crypto and you truly believe that Bitcoin is the number one asset for long-term holding, then if you do this particular method where you take out the loan to use it in pools to accumulate more of it, you know, in my opinion, it is obviously nothing ever foolproof. People will say, well, what if, right, the liquidation price gets reached? So, for example, if you were to take out a loan now on BTC, the liquidation price would probably be about 30k. But obviously you could add multi-capital to reduce that. You could reduce the loan LTV by paying a bit of it back. So every time you pay a bit of it back, that the LTV will reduce and the liquidation price will reduce. So then it could get to 25k, 20k. And if BTC is that cheap, I am buying a hell of a lot more, you know? So there's pros and cons. But for me, if there's a way for me to accumulate as much BTC as possible, as quick as possible, and as much as possible, this, in my opinion, is a way for you to seriously consider it, you know? Is it stupid to take a loan out when BTC is at all-time high? Of course, yes, because the liquidation price, if you took out a loan, 126k BTC would be probably where we are now. We're at half price where it was. We're looking like a consolidation market, a bear market. So therefore, we are looking at a time when this particular strategy, this particular plan will benefit more than it did 6 months ago in the bull run. And this is where you got to switch it with you thinking of, right, that was the take profits time in the bull run when things were going up. Now's the accumulation time, and to think, right, what do I really want? Because there's no point still thinking, oh, is the altcoin season coming for my really low cap coin? Because you're just going to be waiting and waiting and waiting. No matter how many times you get a guy on TikTok or a guy on X based in, you know, an echo chamber that still says your coin's going to go up and it doesn't. That's the harsh reality. But that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you all very soon.